He once served as former freshman class president of this great university. Veteran Wilmer F. Smith Jr. also once served as the Minister of Sport at the level of OSU. Veteran Wilmer F. Smith, more importantly, served as the Secretary General of African Repository of Intellectual Consciousness, the ever-potent, all-powerful Vanguard Student Unification Party. We are not here to bore you with so many words, but to go directly in executing the tasks that we were being called to execute. On this note, we call on the veteran Eudas, veteran Wilmer F. Smith. The podium is yours, on the veteran.
Secretary General, yo. Amanda! Wait. Amanda Africa, wait too! Wait! Yo, social justice, yo, academic freedom, yo. Aluta, chairman, members of the Politburo, distinguished colleagues of the Central Committee, our unwavering and ever supporting female presidium. Wait. Yo. Partisans, cadres, militants, sympathizers, and well-wishers of Africa's Boer War, Pan-African Revolutionary Student Movement, the Vanguard Student Unification Party. So, I bring you warm revolutionary greetings. It's always good to be back home. Standing here, bring back fresh memories of the days we came under the intellectual political gazebo to discuss the issues. Chasing after those reactionary elements, that whether you go up or down, the masses will mean our single goal and objective: lifting our people out of poverty, providing equal opportunity and academic excellence. And we say academic excellence, we cannot entertain academic fraud and Mr. Dore at the Ministry of Commerce. Academic criminal, yo. On falsify ID, yo. The quiz, Bagamo dismissing the quiz. If you're not dismissed, we're dismissing, yo. Somewhere in the 90s, there were a group of people who entered the university of Liberia. And the Vanguard Party led the revolution to clean the university. And they reported that the current junta leader was among those who entered Liberia and were expelled under the leadership of Dr. Patrick Sale. And so the Vanguard Party has a history of weeding out academic fraud. And so we're not surprised. We are very convinced that just a matter of time that need Dore will not be enlisted in the academic class. This is not a place to come and take shotgun. And so it's good to be back. The feeling is good at the time we are experiencing a risky rascal rescue mission. A risky rascal rescue mission. The government that is determined to go to the Guinness Book of World Records on deception, lies, and dishonesty to the people of this country. This is the first government that, instead of improving the poor life, entered a gentleman agreement with an unknown ghost to bring yellow machines to the country.
Reactionary tendency. Reactionary tendency. What kind of defeated barrel?
That friend,
hate your money. One of the two win party kill our people. No defeated barrel for them. Yo.
In 1979, before the Red Riot, the Vanguard Party was not silent. The Vanguard Party issued a statement calling on the military and the police to refrain from the street and allow the masses to take the street to demand their rights. The masses took the street peacefully demonstrating. police director, Barney Dempster, they are very brutal. Frank Talbot, Steve Talbot, the rest of the older guys descended on the masses. The only crime the masses committed was to advocate for change. And so our people die in cold blood. And we are hearing about
April 14, 1979 will never be forgotten on the nation of the Banga Party. Yo.
And so when the party issued that release, the party was summoned by the executive mansion. In that meeting, you had the police director, the defense minister, the chief of staff, the president pro tem of the Liberian Senate, the powerful Talbot brother, who tortured the students for issuing such a statement. Today, we do not know what our brothers and sisters bodies are, but a government that entered a gentleman agreement with a ghost, a government that brought buses so to improve the people's lives, the carry students between less than 24 hours, the buses went back to Ghana. That's a Guinness Book of World Record for deception.
Action Tennessee. Buses. Yellow machine.
And so, a government that came to power on the basis of lies cannot govern on lies. The Vanguard Party will not allow this government to govern on lies. And so we've been hearing in street corners and also radio stations that there are plans to cancel the free tuition policy on the university campus. Madam President, Madam President, you spend less than 1 month on the university campus, hope you can enjoy months. And a team to erase that great legacy, a legacy that has increased enrollment at the North University, will leave the party with no option. We know the party. You will not have an honorable exit. You will be the shortest serving UN president ever if you were to dare try to revoke that system. And so we are in difficult town, comrade. We are in difficult town where the police is engaged in torturing our people. The other day, the police presented an NSA intelligence officer as a police officer. So if the police are started to mislead the court, it tells us that the citizens' lives are in danger. And only the Vanguard Party can intervene into that. The so-called arson attack has more or less turned to a human rights abuse. The torture aspect, the National Security Agency has no authority under the law to arrest people on a certain basis for arson, to carry them to NSA compound, to go torture them for days. That is a misstep, an intentional and willful act to subject our people into intimidation. But I want to thank the chairman. I want to thank the Politburo. I've been following and listening to the powerful releases and speeches in recent days, in recent months. It tells me that this generation will answer its own call. The party is well on course, reminding the regime, not just the regime, but all of the state actors, that the masses' interests remain paramount. And so, we have a situation in the country now. The other day, the teachers in Maryland were on strike for 3 months. So because they didn't take pay. We heard our people will take pay before the 15th, but in December, even the early teacher check bounce. Deception at the highest level. We heard that Mr. Tarver at the central bank was involved in corruption, so he was being suspended. The man who was suspended went to court. The suspended man was being paid by the regime for stealing money. Because the regime said the central bank governor was involved in embezzlement. So how can you as a government who is interested in fighting fraud, waste, and abuse go now and be paying a man who you claim stole money. It clearly shows that you deceive the Liberian people, no money got missing. You got no interest in the rule of law. You wanted this man out of court. You wanted to bring your own central bank governor. And so you took shortcut. That is the situation we are in. We have a situation at the national legislature where a group of people who have no authority as per Article 33 of the Constitution of Liberia to do what they are doing, masquerading as the new leadership of the Liberian National Legislature. We want to use the opportunity to thank the Supreme Court for boycotting the SUNA. Somebody told me the only thing happened at the SUNA was lie upon lie. They kept telling additional lie instead of apologizing to the Liberian people. And so the Supreme Court has shown that they are faith in the justice system. And those who have been calling on the Supreme Court do not take their pay. Remember, the Supreme Court do not take their pay because they do not recognize a group of people who is not supported by law. They need to read the public financial management law where it says about your budget preparation, your budget execution, with respect to 112 when the budget is not passed. So you're not running a new fiscal budget year from January to December every year. And if your budget is not passed, because technically we have a budget that is not passed. Because the referral instrument who do, the referral people who do sign on that document are not the ones signing. But in any case, worst case scenario, you got the next 3 months from January to March to still look in the budget. While you're doing that, the previous budget year, you'll be up on 112 of that. So if the Supreme Court took a pay, they are in no violation. Those opportunities who are seeking government appointment need to shut up. They should not go looking for a job at the expense of the honorable Supreme Court. And so, the country is at a crossroads. I heard the Congress say we are waiting for orders from the chairman to get the Commerce Ministry out of that place. Chair, that mandate needs to go beyond that. We need to get a yellow machine out of the Defense Ministry. That gentleman agreement machine must leave the public facility. The Defense Ministry belongs to the public. And if something is there that has no ownership, that the country has already incurred loss on in terms of duty-free privileges that come to the country, it has to be returned to the ghost. And so, I'm very convinced that the party, the chairman, will give not just a mandate, but he will give several mandates that will improve the living condition of our people. Recently, we heard about a national development program that was launched called the Arrest Agenda. What they did, they left all the other arrows. They got arrow, it should be Rascal Rescue Mission. Rascal Rescue Mission. So they have arrow, one more arrow is missing, we have to include that. That is why it's in our agenda. It is the Rascal Rescue Agenda. As a matter of fact, we just had the 2022 National Action and Population Census. A very rich document that the opposition politicized because they have all the machinery at their disposal. The criminal, the felon from America, Stanton Wetherspoon, was the vehicle used to dumping and put that cloud on the census. A very professional work that the government should be using to improve the learning conditions in Western Liberia, to ensure that LEC does not come after 1 hour 30 minutes and leave, to ensure that running water is everywhere here. That document is what it's at. You come with a Rascal Rescue Arrest Agenda, and that arrest agenda is intended to arrest the masses from a basic social service. We must resist that. That agenda is not intended to live out of the poverty. Where is the alignment of that agenda with national population housing census? You have a very rich document for which all of the international partners are using. You heard about the eligibility score in recent times from the MCD scorecard. It's as a result of the information being used.
Meeting. Yo, you're not supposed to be here. You want to go to your class, go to your class. Yo, you might not be talking on it. Yo, may you better go to your class. Yo.
The National Housing and Population Census. You say you have an arrest general, and a general that says 70% will come from overseas. Your own document you prepare is that you depend on foreign people to support your national, and you call it national agenda. 70%. Is that an agenda? That's a borrowed idea. A borrowed idea from lazy technicians. What's the taxpayer money? And so you now have an agenda that you said 70% will be coming from where? From overseas. We now have the new sheriff in town, President Donald Trump, who is saying he's cutting down these things. So how are you going to operate your 70% foreign aid? You need a solid foundation in your own country. What are the drivers in your economy? Where do we generate resources? The other day we saw a guy running to the information ministry. One check, he said he raised, I don't know how much million in, how many years. And I read that we put in an MPA contribution to the budget and so forth. So why do you keep on with that check? So your domestic resource mobilization, Liberia economy is driven by the extractive industries. 85% of your revenue base comes from all the companies you got here, ArcelorMittal, China Union. This is where the government gets most of the money from. The over 100 and some more concession companies you got here, and over 300 investment incentive companies. These are the people whose taxes bring the budget up 85%. 80 to 85%. So what is the mechanism put in place now? That you're not going to be getting user funding, or you're going to get it at a lower scale. Contribution from the US, with the World Bank, all is going to be reduced. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? What is the program in place? To say, come and chair, the University Authority want to have a meeting with you and the student leadership. These are the things we are thinking on. We have internship here to send students to these various companies to do this and do that. Innovation and creativity is lacking. You know what I'm saying? He said in 2017, we should buy new bills to fasten our way because the economy was getting bad. The one that is about to happen to us, they say, because there's the government that had an investment conference there, and the investor was the Liberian government, Freedom Mandela Cooper and others. Those are the investors at the investment conference. Zero investors came to the country for the investment conference. Where are you going to get money from? Mandela Cooper is the investor. Her boyfriend was brought as Ambassador Alliance from Senegal. These are the investors. And so it tells you that innovation is lacking. We need to put our leaders' feet to the fire in terms of clearly articulating how we're going to sustain and revive this economy. What are the drivers? Where are the key areas interventions are going to be made to jumpstart this troubled economy? The Liberian pay now go up. We've been working with government, and it'll be 20%. You know they're going to 30% now. It means that we are now operating on the LRD reserve. And so, don't be surprised when 30 will soon go to 50. And you all know how our Liberian dollar has depreciated. And so the situation, until the actors, the economic actors can come and explain clearly to us how we intend to revive this place, what are the mechanisms put into place to deal with the gap, we are heading for trouble. And so we want to say, Chairman, we are very grateful and we are thankful that all of the releases you have issued in recent days and in recent months have been in place, and we strongly support those releases. And we look forward to the mandate so that we too will join the struggle in executing those mandates. Because, como Martin Luther King Jr. said, when you read his letter in the Birmingham prison, the guys are asking, what are you doing there? You're from Georgia, what are you doing in Birmingham? He said we are in an inescapable network of mutuality. Why affects one directly or indirectly affects all. Why affects the masses affects SUP. Why affects SUP affects the masses. So in any way you turn it, we are all affected. The students are affected. We are affected. The masters are affected. And so, Mr. Chairman, we are waiting for the order so that we all can strike. We need to bring a sobriety check. We need a sobriety check to this country. Recently, we heard that the president of the National Oil Company was suspended and sent for investigation. That's another fly and vavoom. Complete vavoom. And so, an institution that got vice president of finance, they got controller, procurement director, and you say one president that war stole money and buy a car to hide and work. That information is inaccurate. It's a political prank. You say you suspended 450 persons for not declaring an answer. Some other people, they didn't even know you were appointed. They can't keep them. They are not even see that. They don't have fly and bamboo. They may even take paper for the judge. He didn't even know it there. So that's why the official listing is got to come up. That was just for the uptake to show that because there's too much noise for good reason in the country. The society is getting more conscious. The pressure is on the government to deliver. So that was an attempt to take our attention from the real issue. But we are not fooled. And so the Liberia Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Service, the body responsible for collecting and validating data in this country. I remember when we were legit, we did a very good work to see how we can diversify the economy through a national data sharing policy. So there are two groups of people. You got one group of people who are data users, and we got the people who are data producers. So LRA is not supposed to be reporting numbers that legends cannot confirm. LEC is not supposed to be reporting about we are data billion 5,000 meters and legends cannot confirm that. So everybody conducting ad hoc survey just to eat the money. When you got it, it's a responsible. So we say data user, data producer come together, we treat everybody. So we have a synchronized data. When you speak, that information is across all the sectors. And people see it. So Ghana, you go to Ghana now, people are what? People can order Amazon in Ghana. People can use GPS in Ghana because the National Digital Addressing System. We try to introduce that here because if you don't do that now, you try GPS and go westbound, it'll be problem. You are out of range of the cotton tree or you're busting home. And so, what happened in Ghana? That was a turnaround for it helped stabilize the Ghanaian economy because people started to run there to register. So what the government did was, if you don't have a national identification number, you cannot open a bank account. You cannot get a passport. You cannot get a citizen ID card. So those things are enforceable here. While we're busy working at Lagos to get these things done, I'd like to report to the Police Bureau that we sent over 50 persons from the University of Liberia to do their master and PhD while at Lagos. As acting director general, I signed a memo of understanding with Dr. Nelson. Yes, I signed that agreement. And it wouldn't be a super who could do that. That's why it's important to join the Vanguard Party because we are in BAB. We are trained to advocate and stand for the masses. And so we send people to go and do their masters and PhD. We sent 32 to Ghana, we got 11 in the Philippines. Some of them have returned. If you are doing demography, I'm sure you know Dominic Gildersleeve and all about Tamaguema. A lot of them have gone and come back. You are in the math and science department, you know that the sheriff, you will elaborate more on that. And we also have the SUP program here. At the same time, we work to work and train that the demographic unit now is granting a bachelor's degree. So those are the progressive steps we took to correct the situation here. And so the party did not teach us to speak. In SUP, we are not taught to speak. We are taught to be selfless. And so our going public service has never been to speak. That is why when the party took an emergency strike, we did not respond to the release. We felt we were under revolutionary obligation to clarify our name. So we know only SUP can correct herself. When the time is right, SUP will correct herself. So we did not focus on coming to the party, oh, you can withdraw this, no, we left it. We went after the main evil forces. And we are gunning them down, they're apologizing publicly every day. And so the Congress said we won the case. We just did not win the case. The court ruled that we should be reinstated. All of our money to be paid and the government to pay for damages. And so that one makes us proud SUPers. We are SUPers. We were not taught to steal and we will not steal. And so I want to thank you. I want to encourage all of you here, if you are not joining the Vanguard Party, that is the lifeline. Always get the form, join the ever-potent Vanguard Student Unification Party. So, this is where national leaders are built. I've had the opportunity to serve nationally and internationally only because of SUP. And the results in Apple has been very outstanding. And so, I am speaking from experience. I had the opportunity to work with the Confederation of African Football CAF. Yeah, normally they got a little argument that those are also come on here. Don't go to class. We don't read.
Actionary Tennessee, Actionary Tennessee, CDC, CDC, United Party, United Party. Wow. They are all fanatic of corruption. Yo.
Chewambo, and the SUP are so gradually Chewambo.
So if you check the record, SUP has produced more touch points in the American campus than any institution here. Even though they say we don't go to class for graduate, we don't want to do this school. And so don't listen to that lazy argument. Get the form, join the party. Like I was saying, I went to CAF working with people from 52 countries, clothed and charged with the responsibility of organizing an African Cup of Nations. The big soccer African Cup of Nations. The African Cup of Nations we are wise over. And check why all the survive because the two of the party were making an argument and the guy leading the oil. Oh, that's what they wait. Then you call the extra religious party as a party called SUP.
I am SUPers. Hey. You are SUPers. Hey. We are all SUPers. Hey.
So we made history for SUP, we made history for Liberia there. And I began Liberia first international soccer match commissioner. We organized the whole continent African Cup of Nations in Senegal. It speaks to, don't let nobody think that people like a kind of school are going to put a lot and see what people. See what people.
Yo. There's an issue about us. Yo.
I became vice president for Operation Liberia Football Association. I became acting president of LFA. LFA was under international financial sanction. I tell you, SUP don't teach you how to steal. SUP teaches us how to solve problems. When I went to the LFA, FIFA had banned LFA. LFA was under international financial sanction. Chairman, in 6 months, we removed the ban. In 6 months, that ban was removed. We built 8 stadiums across the country. So you go to SKD, you see the new stadium there, you go to 2,000 feet, you go Keresburg, you see this stadium. It's because of the training from the Vanguard Party. And so that's why people are saying millions got missing from villages. The American ambassador asked, how many centers they have in Liberia? 2? Because it can't be the real one, you know? It's not true. People were politicized here. 1, you have a super leading that process. Liberia's first digital census. The first digital census in the Republic of Liberia, from 1847 now, you had a super presiding over that. And guess what? That census has been graded as the best in the South region. Check, let me report to you. Nigeria failed, you can Google that. Sierra Leone conducted the census 2 times, they failed, they come into another one again. Ghana 2 times, everywhere they failed, Liberia did that 1 time and succeeded. Because the party called SUP and 3 men. 3 men to deal with complex situations. And so Liberia first digital census, because if you are in the statistical world, you will know about the 2021 of census. All of the countries are trying to do their census in the region to come on back. Because just like we're talking about synchronizing the data in Liberia, we want to synchronize data across Africa. When we put it on CPI here, for example, you know, the pattern should be the same in Sierra Leone, should be the same in Ghana, Nigeria, the Consumer Price Index, that's what we call CPI, for example. And so, we went to Kenya, we went to all the great countries here. Kenya was dealing with about 89,000 electronic gadgets, so you can know the population. Ghana, Botswana, Tanzania, do the research. Liberia succeeded, and the international community does that work. Liberia first digital census. Instead of people commending us, commending the Vanguard Party, they were blackmailing us that we were stealing money. That's why we closed Spoon FM. We used the law to close Spoon FM. We used the law again to close the chair. Let me report to you. The Supreme Court issued a mandate declining the rate of certain verified by Spoon. We are waiting for the judge to read that mandate and enforce the ruling. We will ensure that these blackmailers are chased out of the country. That's how we defeated the government of Liberia, and that's how one of our own, the Liberian ambassador to France, writing publicly apologizing the other day for blackmailing us. It's not a good thing to lie on people. We did not steal money here, and we never steal money. Because these exercises, when they are over, they are audited by the international institution, financial institution. So how could I steal Lege's money, for example, when Lege was not a signatory to the census money? Let me try to just explain that small chair before I take my seat. The Liberia census we have in this country, the government of Liberia, as a result of corruption in 2008. In 2008, all the money came out, the government ate the money. So when they still paying to the PNC, to the legislature. After the census in 2008, other people showed that the money was stolen. So the international community said they will not pay $5 a year again to us, except we agree to get our own money back. Or we do matching form. So they bring 10 million, they bring 10 million. And they okay, take the money. If you can't do that, they will not give you that money. And as usual, Liberia always begging, we get money. So Liberia contribution to that census initially was 6.7 million. When the COVID came, the government wrote the international post saying we can't make it. By then the government already transferred the first 700,000. So the post said, what can you do? Say we'll get 3 million. So the post said, we transfer the 3 million, we'll put the other money there. So all we had to do here, government like go find million to central bank, send that money to Lady, then instruct Echo Bank, send the money to Central Bank in America. So we did not even have access to the money, we're not signatory to the account. So how could we steal? So it was a clear smear campaign. I'm happy that the party that is always right, party has swiftly stepped in, and there's no one at home. I'm happy to be home, I'm energized, I'm ready to do more work for the party. Long live the party, I salute the chair.
So comrades, that was the voice of Secretary General Emeritus, restored to his official capacity as Secretary General Emeritus of the Student Unification Party and the veteran of the Student Unification Party. This is to tell you how propagandist and propagandistic Whitehouse administration is. But the Vanguard Student Unification Party had 3 propagandists to own propaganda, their propagandists deeds. Well, let us say this to you, comrades. You can use propaganda to get political leadership, but you cannot use propaganda to lead. Because the people you lead will either be victims or they will be a beneficiary of your policies. And like I said, and I continue to say, the Boycott administration, basically, the national budget that is quote-unquote captured by Mr. Gafuan is an illegal tool. It's not just illegal, but it's a weapon of mass destruction that is weaponized against the people, and it's oppressing worship tools for Mr. Boycott and his elite puppets. Come here, let us say this to you. We don't want to bore you much. We want to usher in co-chair for governmental affairs who will usher in the chairman of the party. So, the chairman has signaled, so the protocol change. We'll usher in the Brigadier General Emeritus of the Student Unification Party, in President of Comrade Adeola Dijala, to give a very brief and synopsis statement. So, Comrade Leader, Comrade Teacher, the floor.
Reactionary tendency. Reactionary tendency. George Weah. George Weah. Joseph Walker.
Chewambo, I used to my hair out with the hospital. Chewambo,
Correct. Like the veteran said, I'm very happy to be back. Though on this campus, there are a lot of things people say about us. I'm serious because we wore khaki. Now, when they're in error, I'm wearing khaki. I want to encourage you. Saying so far you are students of the University of Liberia, you can make your way to the Vanguard Party. Because what suits us, that will live up on the national scene. Like I said, my name is Akara Jitstan Jara Jr. It's past PC here from two political contexts, Low-Far County and Grand Bassa County. I also serve as medical chair of the Student Unification Party. I'm also a medical doctor for Vanguard Student Unification Party. I'm navigating my way to where the mining company is going to keep more country. So I want to encourage you to join the Student Unification Party because soon, quite a lot of things. Thank you very much. Chair, thank you.
So, comrades, that is the voice of Brigadier General Emeritus. On Friday, you will hear again from dossiers of veterans that will be coming home to interact with the militants of the Student Unification Party. So the concluding statement will be done by the most powerful men. We mandate all militants here to besiege the entrances leading to the exits of the Palawa Hut. Make sure no one is going out, no one is coming in until the chairman finishes giving a remark. All militants to besiege, and we are seeing militants sitting down as if they are not receiving mandate. So usher in co-chair for governmental affairs, usher in the chairman of the party. Manda.
Militants of the Revolutionary Vanguard Unification Party, students of the State University, Progressive Junior present. Before I introduce the man who presides over the tripartite session of the Vanguard Unification Party, I want to say this. to Mr. Bwaka. If Mr. Bwaka feels he can celebrate those that marginalize our people, those that kill our people, today Bwaka came up with a release that he wants to give them a befitting burial. It is an affront to all progressive forces in the minds of the Liberian people. So on this note, I'd like to call on the most powerful man who presides over the tripartite session of the Vanguard Student Unification Party, in person of Chairman Sylvester Wheeler, the man who has the authority to give official message for today. Come Chairman Sylvester Wheeler, you have my honor.
Mana, Luta. Zibubo. Gaya kweba gazo. Zibu ya. Baba de Mosgo.
Adonai the super power. You better watch your opposition. From a party to represent us. Awa.
Chairman Wheeler say for you.
Awa.
Just the family reason you them.
Awa.
Oh, leke my way.
Hey, my way.
Leke my way.
Hey, my way.
Chairman Wheeler.
My way, so my way.
Chairman Wheeler.
My way, so my way.
Chairman Wheeler.
My way, so my way.
People, Chairman.
My way, so my way.
And
Way to
it was never a mistake of becoming militant of the Student Unification Party.
so.
Nigerians, I want to say thank you. You have a warm revolutionary right hand salutation. Comrades, cadre staffers, militant of Africa's oldest, Africa's biggest, mass-based revolutionary movement, the indomitable ruling Vanguard Student Unification Party.
So.
Before I got a call,
Chairman.
before I koto, let me say this to the students, the militants of the Student Unification Party. That you are living in a society, you are living in an environment where eating have become an achievement of the day.
Ratting to the Bwaka, yo.
There's some of you.
Developing also the high in the country.
Every day I break, you eat, that means you are a chief. But I want to say this to the student. There are reasons why some of you do research about other universities in Africa and other countries around the world. Let me reference you quick to Burkina Faso and Amatraore, who took the people of LGBT to 18.8 billion to 22.2 billion. Where is Labroua? You have all of the resources that you boast of today.
Yo, but I just got new resources, but you should charge your battery. Yo.
As the most unsafe country in Africa. Where is Labroua? Where you have Luto presiding over the state, looting state resources on a daily basis. Mr. Bwaka is a serious embarrassment to the Liberian people.
Bati Bwaga la the country. Bati.
C'est quoi? Go to Bwaga Kingo here, bluff is a quiz. But now, oh, man, we have bluff even that people. Yo.
Yo, man, you don't care about Bwaga farm,
Yo, not that you know, nothing said to get 5 years in your own, you nothing to know.
And so, chorus, there's some of you who wanted a movie called Wrong Things. Have you kept a lot of building, or have you, I don't know, whether you are already seeing that building in our movies?
C'est quoi le GSB looking at one time building? C'est quoi?
That Wrong Thing building, this is how LeBron looking at it. Richland poor people, where are we with this country today? When you have criminal presiding one estate, you have another local grandmother who presided one estate for 6 years. You have another business partner who presided one estate for 12 years. Where is LeBron today?
We have Jesse Bear, football player, Wayne Kingo, the new president in there, they opened down Vampire State. Yo.
This is why I would say, Mr. Bwaga, Bwaga Razo country is on the basis of that, all of the resources. Mr. Bwaga is using state resources on a daily basis on useless traveling around the world. Where is Labrador today? He visited all countries around the world. The development you saw, it says the development he brought to this country, Mr. Bwaga allows all of this settled.
C'est quoi? People sleeping.
Mr. Bwaga allows all of this settled. Knows this today.